BBC presenter is saying that Nigel Farage, while stating facts about immigration, apparently she actually cut him off halfway through the thing, cut back to the BBC, diversity hire right there. He was saying inflammatory remarks. Nigel Farage back at it again with his inflammatory. Absolute rubbish as usual, right? From the BBC. Now, I hope to see Ofcom coming to go and find them or sue them or tell them off for impartiality, because that's pretty impartial, that's pretty biased. To sit there and say that when someone highlights something that is destroying the country, destroying society and our culture, when someone highlights that, it's inflammatory remarks, is absolute nonsense, right? Okay, so if I go on TV and start citing the facts and statistics, there was a study on McDonald's, and McDonald's, since their food causes heart disease, what were they going to then cut me off? Oh, this is destroying public health. People are getting cancer, people are having heart attacks. It's because of McDonald's. Perhaps even that is inflammatory. Maybe it is inflammatory towards McDonald's and fast food companies, but I'm saying it. What are you then going to cut me off and say, oh, he's inflammatory remarks? And you can be like, he cares about the country. He cares about the health of the people. Please, or if I were to start citing the statistics about the housing, and I was like, this side of the government is destroying the housing and all of these issues, are they going to cut me off and say inflammatory remarks? No, they're not. It's got nothing to do with inflammatory remarks. I cannot believe this. This is the state-funded media. They're supposed to be unbiased. I think we know by now that they're not unbiased. But it's like, how more obvious do you get? It's like, and people say, oh, well, how is it not inflammatory remarks? What does he mean by they're not culturally compatible with Britain? Look, I live in Glasgow, right? I live in Glasgow, Scotland. It's the city with the highest immigrant population. 8% of the country is Muslim. 8% of the city is Muslim. I've got a little area right next to where I live, 10-minute walk, maybe 15. It's about 50% Muslim. I can walk through there. I can tell the cultural differences. It's pretty obvious to me. I can't walk down there without feeling unsafe. I can walk through my street. It's a totally different place. Half of them don't speak English. It's a different place. Please, maybe if you live somewhere in a nice little town, you're sitting there, oh, well, immigrants they're actually totally compatible. It's like, no. And so it's an absolute joke saying Nigel Farage is inflammatory. If inflammatory means stating facts that a certain group of people in the country are not compatible, stating the facts that they're causing many, many issues, and that's not me saying this out of hatred, it's just the truth. I don't say it because I hate them, I just say it because it's true, and I care about the rest of Britain. So if I care about the rest of Britain, I have to highlight the problems, and he has to highlight the problems that we're facing. That's not inflammatory, that's just called wanting the best for your country and its people. So, to be honest, it's really the attack of patriotism. It's just an attack on Britain. The British state-funded media hates British people. That's how it is, and you should just accept that now. You've to accept to pay for that. You should just accept. Yes. They're unbiased. They're whatever. They're telling the truth, and it's just crazy. Said by a diversity hire. I mean, maybe that's inflammatory because he actually might not be. But I'm assuming if you're such a terrible reporter, but maybe that's what they want. So maybe it's not diversity hire. I don't know how someone could suck that much as being a journalist and get the job. But maybe you can, who knows? Maybe the bar's low. But yeah, there's no inflammatory remarks. If it is, who cares? And it's like, I personally, I think all media companies should be impartial. You all have your agenda, totally fine. I think it's different when you then claim to be unbiased, but then you're not. I think it's different when taxpayers fund you, then it's all, not liking that. I don't want to pay for a biased news media company. But yeah, so she can get lost with her inflammatory remarks, because sometimes inflammatory remarks are just true. You can say something's inflammatory, but, as Benny Shapiro said, my favourite Jewish man, facts don't care about your feelings. So maybe it is inflammatory. Maybe it is, criticizing a group of people. But at the end of the day, if by criticizing that group of people, if by wanting less of this group of people, if by not wanting mass immigration, if you want that because it's going to help the country, which it will, if you want rid of that, that's not inflammatory. That's just the truth. That's just caring about your country. So yeah.